Yeah, Nora, how you doing? Can you hear me? Nora, can you hear me? If you can hear me, just let me know so that I can start. Okay, I don't. It's already almost 8:30 from 8 o'clock. So if you can hear me, just let me know. Can you hear me? All right, that's wonderful. So good evening and welcome. So before I go ahead and start explaining all these things, I just wanted to ask few questions so that let's make this, let it be an interactive section where I ask questions, you answer. Where you're confused, you also ask your questions. So before we dive into the whole thing, before I go ahead start explaining everything, so I wanted to find out from you the areas you are confused, where you are lost, or where you are finding it difficult to understand. But I mean, getting to the whole project we are working with, so that if I'm explaining now, I will know areas I can actually focus on to explain it better so that you understand more. You get. So you can type it out and then I will respond from there. Okay. So I'll be waiting for your response. Okay. So before we get started, so I will take it back a little bit from how to install Flutter, how to add it to your system environment, and the rest of them. So I might record this and send the letter for those who are not here. So first of all, let me close up most of this. I don't come back to Canva later. Okay. So, don't need this, okay. So first of all, for the guy, I know somebody was asking about how to install Flutter on their system. So what you do, you search for Flutter and go to install, click on install Flutter. So depending on the operating system that you are using, you are going to install Flutter based on the operating system you are using. So first of all, you need to download Flutter SDK. Download Flutter SDK first. Download previous Flutter parts. Then after downloading, you extract, then add it to parts. So Nora, I'm waiting for your questions. Your area of confusion, so that just type it out, then I can read it out and explain it from there while I attend to this guy's question. Okay. So Flutter man. Okay, you go to this site docs.flutter.dev/install/manual. So you scroll down, you can be able to install Flutter based on your operating system. So it's going to automatically highlight the select your operating system based on the operating system you're using. So I'm on Linux. That's why it's pre-highlighting Linux for me here. And if you're on Windows, you click on Windows and download Flutter for Windows. I think it's about 1 point something gig. It's not much. 1 point something gig. You download it. So after downloading it, let me to Windows. So install Git for Windows. First of all, you need to install Git. You need to install Git first of all. So you search for download Git. This is it. So if you're on Windows, you click on install Git for Windows. No, I don't know if you can hear me very well. I feel like I'm just talking to myself. I don't know. Can you hear me? Okay. So everything is confusing, and you're still trying to get that and the whole concept of decoding. Okay. Let's say, hmm, okay. So where do we start from now? Where do we start from to tackle this your challenge now? So when you say everything, is it from installing the Flutter SDK, or is it from writing the code or understanding the concepts of what we are doing? Like, where are you confused from? Well, just type your question. Give me like 5 minutes. Let me grab a bottle of water. I'll be with you. Just type your question. I'll be with you like in 5 minutes. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. So you said probably writing code for starters. You're writing the code for starters. All right. So here is what I can tell you is when you want to write the code, when you say writing code for starters, don't cram everything. Like don't try to cram the code. Don't cram them. What you do is you just have to learn the basics, learn what a variable is, understand, learn what data know what a data type is. But you can understand the concept of data type, variable, um, logic, logic operators, functions. Then you are good to. Then you don't need to cram those syntax you don't need to cram the coding on your head. All you have to do is understand the problem you're trying to solve. That's one thing. Because if you don't understand the problem you're trying to solve, you're going to end up not understanding what you're doing and you get lost. And at the same time, when you are doing coding or when you are doing your learning, don't don't have so much in your hands. Like don't be learning too much at the same time. You learn step by step. You understand me? For example, now we are doing mobile app development using Flutter and that is the tool we are using. That is the engine of we are using to build the mobile app. You understand why Flutter is part of the things we are using. Yo, Collins, how you doing, Collins? Collins, you're welcome. You're welcome. But you guys came late to time, like 30 minutes after it. So Nora, as I was saying, you just have to know the variables, know what a variable is, know what a data type is. Then it's going to be more easy for you to actually digress and understand what you are doing. Don't have so much things you are learning at the same time, and don't try to cram the code. You can always research, you can always Google, you can always use your AI and ask your AI questions about things you don't understand, and it's going to explain it more for you in a way that you can understand it. Do you get? For example, now we are using um Flutter. All right, bro. Okay, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. So we're using Flutter. Like for example, you can take what is a variable. You can be like what? Oh, I get. Okay. In in that. So these are just the concepts like you need to understand. Variables, data types, strings, logic operators. I don't know if you understand that part. Like you still are those areas still confusing to you, or you understand that part very well? Okay. Then the what's it called again? You have to also understand the problem you are trying to solve. For example, um our what's it called again? Our own project was about designing a daily news app, right? So what's the challenge there? Is just to design a mobile app that is going to be users to be able to access their daily news, on the go. So what do you have to do in that situation? First of all, you have to define who faces that is involved. What are the faces involved in designing that particular app now? To design that app now, first you have to design the UI of the app. After designing the UI of the app, you We have to also plan the logic of the app, how we want the app to function, how we want the user to interact with the app and everything. Then we can now go on with the writing of the code. So writing of the code is not actually the first thing to do if you are starting up. Let's say just got your system, you are starting up, you need to install some tools that are going to help you write the code, do the UI designs for yourself. Do you get? Okay. You said for the necessary things you can look up for variables. Okay, let me see if I can be able to look up a document by the way. I wanted to talk about this installing this Flutter and the it, but the guy that asked the question he's not here. I don't know why he's not here. But he was even the one that is making me to go back talking about how to install Flutter and that. But the guy is not. So let's continue until when he comes, then we can be able to reference back to it. The terms you can actually look out for is variables. You can search for variables. What is a variable? What is a function? What is a data type? What is logic operators? So if you understand those concepts now, then you are good to go. You are good to you get. So I wanted this section now to be more about the assignments we are working on, which is by app. So I don't know if anybody have question. Please can you send it to that group? I'm looking for this. I can be able to pull it up and use it for references. I'm looking for it. I'm not seeing where I saved that stuff. I mean the question that's that the one Mr. Machuk sent for us. I don't know if any of us have access to and send it so that I can use it to walk us through on what I did and how I was able to achieve what I was able to achieve. I think I've seen it. Alright, I've seen it. Hold on. Look, I've seen it. I'm trying to pull up okay, I should list them. Okay. I understand what you're saying. So, we have variables, data types, um Okay, you have variables, data type, you have functions. Hmm. Variables, data type, function, logic operators. Uh, so I wanted us to go through that what's it called, the projects. You get? I want us to go through the projects, how I was able to do those stuff. Okay. Mm. Here's the this thing. Here's the question we are given. So I've copied it over to my charts here. So I want to show us how I was able to, design the UI. Like I said before, we are going to do the UI. Then after the UI, we'll from there I want to show you how to actually export the UI and you develop everything. You get how I get to plan and develop the app. Yes. So the question I've pasted the question in my chat here. I'm using Claude to list out the screens and everything. So what I do is first of all I'll be like list the screens of this app. So it's as it's listing the screens now. Then we need a system design that we're going to use to you know design the app. What is system design? So system design comprises of the fonts, the color, the icons, typography, and everything that we're going to use to actually design the app. So first of all, you design the UI, then you plan the logic, write the logic before you start decoding. So that's listed the screens now. So what I do is I'll go to Pinterest and look for them designs. So I can search for mobile app them design. Yes. So I'll look for ones I like that can actually tailor it what I'm working with. Yeah, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Okay, so first of all, I will look for a system design I can actually use from there, generate a new system design for the app. Okay, okay, that I've seen one system design. So you can see it's called style guide, or you can call it a system design. It comprises of typography, color palettes, components library, and fonts and shapes. So it's what we are going to use to actually make our designs to be very nice. What I'll do is I will download, I'll copy the image and take it to my charts. So I can be like them write a prompt for designing things, starting screen one, starting from screen one. So what I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to generate the prompts that I'm going to use to design the screens, that's the mobile app. What we are doing now is the design. We are not doing the developing yet. We are still on the design side, and we are going to use Google Stitch to actually do that design now. We're going to use Google Stitch now to design mobile app by then we can now export it and use it to develop mobile app. Here I will just search for Google, search for Google. This is here now. Google Stitch Stitch design with AI by Google. So you can see here we have first design, which is the splash screen. Design a mobile splash screen for magazine app called Daily News of typography, poppins fonts, app name in tagline and regular. I'm going to copy that, but first before I copy that, this is the interface of Google Stitch. So you can use it to design for web, also use it to design for mobile app. So here I'm going to select for mobile app. Then the model, that is the model we're going to use. I will change it from Flash thinking with 3.1 Pro terminal. Okay, then I will done. I will paste that our stem design that I downloaded. I'll paste it here first. After pasting it here, I will copy this prompt from here now. Design here now. Copy this. and go back to paste it. Make sure that mobile app is selected and the model is on 3.1 Pro. Okay, then I will send. This is the process I used to, actually design I of that our project now. I used to get me. Please, if you are lost or you're not understanding what I'm saying, you can ask your question or you can call my attention. Then I can be able to say you are lost and then explain it more better for you. If you're lost, please call my attention where you don't understand. Because as you're not talking to me, and I don't know when you're lost. I don't know when you're listening, when you're hearing me. So is if you are reacting to the chat or you're typing your comment, I will not know that you're understanding or you're with me. You get. So it's generating our splash screen mobile app. Okay, okay, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Okay, so the splash screen is done, but I don't like the work. I don't like the results here. That this is how you're going to be going front and back your AI when you're designing your UI. Most of the times it's make mistake and it's you that can be able to detect the mistake and be able to correct it and point it to the right direction, correct those now. For example now, this splash screen now, I don't like as how logo and the name are at the top. So I want it to be at the center of the screen and not at the top of the screen. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select screen, click on it and select the screen. Look at my chatting section here. The screen has been selected, last screen. So I can now be able to make correction. I can annotate it in this pencil icon. So let me just type it instead of annotating. Let me just type out the corrections. So since I already know what it is, so I can be like correct correct the info and test slash data screen top. Okay. So when I send it now, it's going to correct this error now so that this logo and text here will be at the center and not at the top of the screen. You get. So why the correction is going on I will still go over to my board and tell it to write the prompt for the next screen. You have like 7 screens here. You have the splash screen, screens, news categories, news details, start screen, mark article, and set dash profile. So the next screen now we want to get the prompt for or the write up for now is screen now. Okay. Write write the prompt and and let the design consist consistent out as that one is coming up. Oh, I don't like this. Why is this in errors? Okay, design the mobile home screen for the news magazine app called Daily App. Daily News App. Screen is the main landing after the splash screen. Typography about section code, article titles, meta info, auto, name, category, and regular article. This is talking about how this home screen is going to test the font size, the fonts, tuning of the text, the cards, and everything that is. So bottom navigation, white background, subtle top shadow, port tab, home, cover, mark and profile. Going to be our phone navigation, app navigation. That's going to be at the bottom side of the screen. All right. So here we have the second version of our splash screen, more better than the first one that we got. What I'm going to do is going to continue. One is much better. So I can still go further to change some things and make it more perfect, but for a splash screen. Get the next screen now we want to work on is screen. So I'll copy the text for I've already just copied it up to this. So what we are doing now, we are just trying to design the UI, know how the app is going to look like. We have not yet started the yes, we have not yet started the development. So this is the process we are going to go through until we design all the whole screens that we need. For example, this one now is very small, just 7 screens, very small. So that might be a time you are designing an app and it will have up to 30, 20, 40 screens. So you know it's going to take you a lot of time to actually. Then if you don't want to design screens by yourself, you can excuse me, you can hire a UI UX designer actually design screens for you, and you know how much it's going to cost you. But if you know how to use Google Stitch to do this by yourself, then you can cut costs of those expenses you are going to spend in hiring a UI designer. You understand me? So that is why you have to also learn how to know and add all these AI into your work, into your skill sets. For example, this UI design, graphic design, and every other skill that you might have. Yes. So this is going to make you to deliver your work much more faster and much more reliable. As long as you know what you are doing. Yes. You have to take out your time and practice on how to use it. You understand? So we have our design here now. So here is the home screen design. If you look at this now, this design is already looking wonderful already. Looking wonderful already. A news app. Yet have our card carousels that will display trending. Then you also have the category section and the top news is going to also going to moving in carousels too. Because if you look at here now, you see that you have like 3 points here. That this tells us that this particular section now, this cover page, is going to be moving in carousels. So at the top, we have our search, we have our daily news hub, name of our app. Then we have a hamburger menu here and contain a section of our main sub menus and other menus. So scrolling down here, you also have latest news, which is the news articles that we're going to be providing on our site. Then on the app navigation, we have home, the discover, mark, and profile. This design is looking good already, so I don't need to change anything particular screen because this design is wonderful. Go ahead and work on the next screen. Just click on this, drag, and pass this. Okay, I wanted to shift it. So the next screen we have, yeah, we have, and you have it. You have not seen it. We have it in the other version. The next screen is the news category cover. Yeah, is for this cover is for categories. That's the next screen we want to work on. So like move next. So this is how you're going to be repeating the process until you are done. Nice. Okay, yeah, we have it over. We have it on in the app already. Copy this, paste it. Yeah, this part is difficult though. You say it's not difficult. It's difficult if you don't know how to do it. You understand? The building part is not should not even be your problem. Where should be your problem is logic. How do you want your users to be able to navigate your app or your software? At your logic, that's where the problem it should be, that is going to be your problem. Yeah, the designing and the developing is not much of a problem. It's just defining your business logic. That's where the problem lies. Okay, since you have gotten the concept of the UI the design, like the designs. So since you have gotten the concept, you can actually, you know, go on to other sections. This is the category screen. You can see things are just looking just the logic that you should be worried about, not even. Okay, let's say we are done with all the designs. Let's say we are done with the design. Three. Just remaining like one more two. Let me not take much of our time aspect. Let's say we are done with this. We are done with the designs now. We can export the design. What I can do is, I don't know why I have multiple screen. Just get rid of it. So I will Control A, select all of them. Then click on export. So I'm going to export it as file. That is zip file on export. Okay, our file has been downloaded. So I've downloaded. I'll just extract it. I'm trying to switch. Okay, so you can see what I'm doing. Sorry. Hey, Kamsu, how are you doing? So after extracting it, first of all, I want to my system C going hard. I want to show us how to actually start a new project. Let me open Android Studio. So this code you are looking at now our own project. I was working on the back end as of today. So I was working on the back end. So Kamsi, were you able to look at the code? You phone is like were you able to look at the code or do anything on it? Kamsi. Okay, you didn't get everything. Where were you confused or where were you lost? I say you didn't get everything. So let's start creating the new Flutter app. So first of all, we'll start creating. Let me close. I want to close. Like I'm still getting familiar with the UI logic and all the. Okay, so what about the backend? Have you started like getting yourself familiar with the backend, working with Python and everything? Because I'm going to push the code, the new code, because I've added the backend of our application and everything. So I'm going to push the new code to GitHub maybe by tomorrow or next. I'm trying to fix up one or two things on it before I push the code. So are you familiar with the backend now? Like, I don't know. You guys should ask questions because people are not asking me any question. Or everybody's keeping quiet. So I don't even know where you guys are lost or where you guys are following. Feel me? I'm just trying my best to see if I carry everybody along. So I'm expecting you guys to ask questions. Feel me? I'm expecting you guys to ask questions. Ask questions. So from what I was showing us, I showed us how to actually, design these UIs by ourselves using Google Stitch with the help of AI models. So the next thing now is for us to create the project, to create a Flutter project, so that we can start, developing the apps. Get so you can see I searched for how to. Oh my God, when you say you're not even familiar with the basics, like where are you lost? I don't know where are you lost. So that we go fit find you. Tell us where you dey lost so that we go fit come find you. No, that is it not true? No, that, tell us where you dey lost so that we go fit find am. So I say not even with the basics. When you say the basics, is it on variables, data types, functions, material app, or widgets? Like where are you lost at? So that we go fit find you. How do you want to jump with? You want to jump to Firebase and Superbase. See, jumping to those places now is, yeah, you can still use those ones now, but they can handle your authentication and what's it called again, authentication and but your backend, eh, is what is going to write your data. That's what's going to control your logic of your app. Not even Superbase, no, not even Firebase. What Firebase is going to do for you, they have authentication systems already in place, whereby they can help you to how to log in your users, uh, email validation, checkmate your users, sessions. They can help you with those ones. But how your data is being stored to the database, how your user is moved from one screen to another. What they are allowed to do on your app is what your backend is all about. You get how are users going to walk around your app? That's why you need to get yourself acquainted with the backend. You get so the backend now is more like that. The same way you have that, that's the same way you have Python. In that we still have variables, we still have functions, we still have classics, OOPs, polymorphism, inheritance, and the rest of them. That is the same way we still have it in Python. In Python, we still have variables, we still have sorry, not cons. We still have variables, functions, classes. You understand me? Yeah, that's what I'm saying now. If you're using Firebase or Superbase, they'll handle your authentication. Okay, let's not complicate the talk. Okay, let me check. Let me show you. Let me type. What is Firebase used for? What did I just open? Not this. Not abeg. Ask am where he dey lost, so make you go find am. Let's go and find him. You can see the basic things that Firebase does. Store and sync data instantly. You understand me? Handle user logins, host web apps, and send push notifications and analyze user behaviors. These are what they are going to help you do. They're not going to help you to do much, but they're going to help you with user login, which is authentication. You get, which is authentication. There are other things you need to do by yourself from the back end. No, you can use other languages aside. You can use other languages aside Python. You can use Laravel as your backend if you know how to use Laravel. Laravel is a framework of PHP. You can use Java. You can use Java. You can use Node.js. You can use Node.js as your backend. But Python is more robust when it comes to building your backend because with Python you can easily, if for example you are building an app that has to do with integrating with AI or AI models and LLMs, it's easy for you to actually use Python to integrate this AI base into your app. Do you understand me? Python is very, very user friendly. Is it that you don't understand Python or you're confused about the whole thing about Python? What's the challenge you're having with Python? And how many of us here were able to go through the link I sent about backend development using Python? I know I sent a link to us. Was it day before yesterday? How many of us were able to go through it? Because because I was expecting you guys to ask questions based on that document. Nobody has said anything about the documents. I sent the documents day before yesterday. How many of us went through that document? You see, it's like I will give us assignments. For those of us that have laptop, I will give us an assignment to do. I will give us an assignment to do. So that you guys can get familiarized with the whole thing. I think that would be much better. How many of us, if you are in support, let me see your hand. Just react with an emoji. Let me see your hand. I'll give us an assignment to actually carry out to do. I think it's more easy for us. The more we are doing it, the more we are getting familiarized with it. Nora, Nora say becoming that. Nora too. Are you lost? Nora, you too. Are you lost with the hosting? Are you lost? So what I'm trying to like, I could show us how to use AI to get the work much faster. But first of all, I want us to understand the concept, the basics. You get me? I want us to understand the basics before I can be able to, show you people how to use AI to get the work done. Because if you don't understand the basics now and you start using AI, you will get lost and you might not even know what you are doing in the app. You not even know if it's you or the AI that is developing the app. You get so. If I want you guys to be confident with the basics, if you're confident with the basics enough, then I can actually praise. Thank you for thank you for being honest. So any other which other person has gone through that document? And praise, there is something you were supposed to give me a feedback on something. I've not heard from you too on what I asked you to check for. I've not gotten your feedback yet. Have you not also done that one too? I also need your feedback on that one. So okay, here's the assignments first of all. For those of us that have a laptop that we can work with, right? So I want us to take that question. I think I sent it to the WhatsApp group again now. Take that question. First of all, design the UI of that app, the 7 screens. Design it using Google Stitch. After designing it, on Tuesday or maybe before Tuesday, we can have another meeting, depending on how you people show up. Because I was even the one waiting for you guys today, sef. Like so, depending on how you people show up after designing that screen now, then I will show us how to develop that screen that we have designed on Google Stitch using AI. But first of all, before I will show you how to use AI on to do it, you have to prove to me that you understand the concept of variables, data types, functions, classes, object oriented programming, which is OPP. You have to make me understand that yes, have gotten the concept. You feel me? Then I will show us how to actually develop the apps with the help of AI and prompting. Feel me? So our assignment is to take that question I sent to the WhatsApp platform now, use Google Stitch to design those 7 screens. I've showed us how to use Google Stitch here now. You get? So if any of us still have confusion about how to use Google Stitch, please do where to note it out now so that I can still go back, explain how to use Google Stitch to design the UI. Then our next meeting now will be how to install Flutter and set up how to install Flutter, our IDE, and then start developing those screens now. Is that okay? Okay, I have not gone through it too. You see, none of us has gone through that documentation. I knew that none of us has gone through it. You feel me? But I sent it there for sending it because I was believing that you people will go through it, but none of us has gone through that documentation. I would love us to let's go through that documentation and get more understanding of what is about. You feel me? So that on the day we are submitting this project now, all of us can be able to have something to say and not just like you know be looking. So all of us can also have something to say even after submitting the project. You know that you can also build something by yourself. Do you understand me? It's very very important. Listen, I know it's very overwhelming that you are trying to understand this one that's still bringing in more and more things for you to actually learn or understand. Is very 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 confusing. It's going to be see at first it's going to be confusing everly, but all this concept that they are bringing in now, you are not going to learn everything at the same time. It's going to be gradually. You learn gradually. You get hold of everything now. You understand? So that is just it. Class will say there is a document. Wait, you said yeah, Jesus Christ. You have not even seen the document top of opening it. That means we are not even active on the WhatsApp platform, sef. Because I sent a document day for yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. And it was Nora and Nora and Praise were the only two people that responded to the document when I sent it. I will hear from okay, Praise, you said I will hear from you soonest. I'm still waiting. I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for your response. I'm waiting for your response. So guys, um here's what we're going to do. Let's people are going to let's help ourselves, okay? People are going to, let's say, subscribe to this my channel. So once in a week we'll be having meeting, even after this program that we are all doing now. We'll be going, be coming live here, and I'll be explaining some concepts that you don't understand. Is it a good deal? If it's a good deal for you, just react with an emoji. Let me know that you guys are hearing what I'm saying and you guys are understanding what I'm talking about. Just subscribe to this my channel so that anytime I go live or we want to have meetings like this, you can be able to get notification and then join the live. We discuss about the concept that is confusing you, that you don't understand and everything. Is that okay? Yeah, Kamsu, I've not heard from you for a while now. I even I I tagged you on a chat today asking you what's up, but I didn't get any response from you. So I don't know what's popping now. I've not heard from you for a while now. That's great. So guys, subscribe to the channel so that you can always be notified whenever we want to have a meeting like this. You get, I think it's going to help us a lot to learn and be active. One thing is most of us are not active. Even when I drop content or learning materials, most of us are not active. I don't know what is the problem, right? So one thing is for us, we have to be find a way and put it in our schedules to be active. You get. So look at this code. This code you guys are looking at here at the moment is our project's code. You can see I've worked on the back end. This is the backend server. It's running now. So this is the backend of our of the application is running now, and we are fetching our news data using the current API. Using the current API. Let me show you the current API. I know most of us will not know what an API is. An API is an application programming interface. Okay, that's the meaning of API. So this is the API we are using. I will not go with starting creating a Flutter app today, since we are still trying to grasp the basics. Just first, I want you people just to do the assignment, and this assignment I'm giving now. Go to the WhatsApp group, take that question, take it to your AI. You can use ChatGPT, you can use Claude if you have Claude. You can use Claude if you have Claude. Use it to generate the prompts. Take it to Google Stitch. design those screens, design the 7 screens. Eh? After designing the 7 screens, share the link in the WhatsApp, share the link in the WhatsApp group. To copy the link, see how you copy the link. See this place, this you can see they have the share now. You copy it like this. Enable sharing and remixing. Then you copy this link. You can be able to share it on the WhatsApp. See, you can be able to share it on the WhatsApp. So let's design this in if because if people design this thing now, I'll know that yes, we are serious about this. If I don't see any response from with this, I'll know that we are not serious about this. You get so it's based on how people respond to this now, will determine how we're going to move forward from here. You say, Mike, I don't know if it's too much to ask, but can you do a series of meetings explaining backend, like showing how do the basics and stuff? Then maybe we can pick up from. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. We can if it depending on how active we are. If we are serious about it, we can be doing it as a series. Maybe once or twice a week, we do it. That was why I said you guys should subscribe to this my channel so that once we have I'm posting this series now, you get notifications ahead of time about it. You get we discuss about it. I will show you how to use AIs to build your backend. But first of all, I also tell you what logic, how to get your business logic, how to position your like have a good strong business logic. Because if you have a poor business logic, your backend is going to be a failure. If you have a poor business logic, your backend is going to be a failure and your app is going to have issues. Get say is the Google Stitch accessible with mobile phone? Yes, it's accessible with mobile phones if you can be able to like if you are comfortable using small screens, it's accessible. You can use it on mobile phones. Just go to your Google and type Google Stitch. You're going to see it on your browser. As long as you have a Gmail, as long as you have a Gmail account, you can be able to sign in because it's a Google product. So you have to use your current Gmail to sign into it. You understand? So it's accessible on mobile phones. You get so in our group project, I'm using this current news API now for accessing the news articles. I don't need, I'm not, I cannot be able to share my phone now. I would have shown us how it works. Maybe on Tuesday, I will show us how to we are fetching the news from this particular API providers. You get? So let me go to my profile first. And though we have limitations using this API, I will explain better because we are fetching. Okay, okay, the API key is closed. Okay, you can make up to 1,000 requests per day, and since today, I think I've made about 7 requests today because I was testing it and you know feeding everything out. The limitation we have with this API now is we cannot access the content body. We only have access to the headlines, partial news, which is the description, and that's just the few things we have access to with 1,000 requests per day. You get, but the news body, which is the news content, we don't have access to because we are using this developer plan, which is the free plan. So maybe later we can find other APIs that give us access to the news content. Then we can now use it. We can now use it to replace this current. You understand? So before before I end this life now, before we end this section now, I want to know, I want to hear from you people. I want to hear from Praise. I want to hear from Nora. I want to hear from Kamsi. What did we learn anything this night? What did we get this night? Like, did we learn anything this night before we go away from here this night? So that let it not just be that we just came here to talk and talk and talk and talk. I want it to be that as we are walking away this night, that we are walking away with something. We are walking away with values. Please, I'm waiting for your response. Type so I can know that you are hearing me. What value did we get this night? So this is our backend endpoints. This is our backend endpoints. Health check, status, system status. So if I should go to, let's say, 127 slash status, so slash API v1 status, you can see our backend is running. So success system status is system status retrieve successfully running. So our backend is running successfully. So guys, type now, type. Can you hear me? Just type what value have you gotten this night? Did you get any value? Do you have any questions? You can say ask at the same time. So let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up. It's already past 1 hour already. So that we can go back to whatever other things we are doing. Then you guys attend to the assignments. It will not, that assignment now will determine if we're going to continue with these sections. It will determine if we're going to continue with these sessions. And I might share some resources, more resources to us, and please let us do well to actually read and watch the resources I will share. It's going to help us a lot to understand these things. You get. So I'm waiting for your response, guys. Please let's make it snappy. Okay, let's do for health. Health. Okay, our system is held is active. Yeah, they have added them. I've added them. They are there, but they are not on the streaming. Okay, it's only praise. It's only praise that is in the streaming group. But it's going to see. It's going to be it's going to be we're going to combining it. We have there's another group in the community there um that is labeled skill up with AI. Then also have the streaming group there. So we're going to be combining those tools together. You understand me? We're going to be combining the two of them together as we are going. But I have a reason for having those two separate groups. I didn't want to I didn't want to combine them because the people in the streaming are talking of another thing. Why we are discussing of another thing, but it's still based on live sessions. So we are going to just combine the two. Nora, are you still here? Praise, are you still with us? I'm waiting for you guys. So my question was, did you guys get any value this night? Do you have any questions? Okay, so Nora, Nora said I learned how to use Claude and Google Stitch. Okay, that's wonderful. So you're going to use those tools now to actually design those screens. You feel me? Add Nora and Praise and other folks to our group. Okay, Council, I've added them to the community so they can explore and join the groups that are relevant to them. You understand? I've added them to the community already. So Nora, so did you learn how to actually design the UI using Stitch? How to go front and back with it and everything. Did you get the concept? Okay, praise like I hope it wouldn't break your heart, but I learned the meaning of API today, being application programming interface, and a little bit about Google Stitch. Yeah, that's wonderful. That's very nice. No, it will not break my heart. But it seems like you joined late. You didn't join on time when we were, discussing on how to use Claude to generate the prompts that we use to generate to design the screens in Google Stitch. Maybe after now, I will share a recording of these live sessions with us so that you will watch it and be able to get the concept. I think that would be okay. Would that be fine? Not at your network. What you do your network today? They use you they play. Network just they use you they play. Guy is where. Wait, Council, you are saying that you learned that I sent a document. So okay, you don't know that I sent a document since 2 days now. Oh my bro. You don't know I sent a document since 2 days now. Is where. So aside learning that I sent a document, what again did you learn? Praise, I'm waiting for your questions. I'm waiting for your questions. You say you have a lot of questions, but you have not asked me any question. You have a lot of questions you want to ask, but you have not asked me any questions. I'm waiting for. I'm ready to take your questions. I'm ready to take your questions. Ask your questions. I'm ready for you. Yeah, I said the assignment you can do. You can still do it with your phone if you are comfortable with using small screens. You can do the assignment with your phone, not just for laptop, because you are not. You don't need to. You don't. How do I put it? Yes, you can do it with your phone. It can work with your phone if you can be able to use your phone and do it. Because if me, I can be able to do it with my phone. But I'm just saying it's going to be more easy for you because me, I'm someone that likes using big screen. You get my phone is a bit too small for me. I don't know about you. So if your phone if you're comfortable with your phone and you can use it and do it. I haven't tried Google Stitch before, but with what you showed, I'm gonna be able to do the assignment. Yeah, it's not hard to use. Google Stitch is not hard to use, so it's something you have to try. Try it out. Let's let's get these things done. Okay. I want to see everybody win and and have learn something and not just be looking at the code and everything. I want us to walk away with something with a value, a good value. You get. Guys, I'm begging with us. Let us be active. I know we are all busy, right? Yeah, I know we are busy, but let's be active. Once it like let's be responding to chats, asking our question and respond and giving our responses when we are asked a question. Because we are not being active. Most of the time is I feel like I'm forcing us to actually even talk self, you get, which is not supposed to be so. So let's try and be active. Maybe not like maybe it's from your area. The weather has been so wonderful since today. Maybe it's from your side. That's why the network is messing up. And if it's MTN, yeah, I know MTN can be funny sometimes. MTN can be funny sometimes. Okay. Noted. Guys. Um, Kamsu, I think they are going to remove some of the comments you are typing. You can see it's not me. YouTube is removing most of the comments you are typing based on the words you are using. You understand me? Maybe you can change our language a little bit. They removed your comments because of the language you are using. Yes, they're going to remove it now. I'm sure YouTube is going to remove it. I told you that they removed your comments. Stop using that language. That was why she typed it like that. Do you understand me? Um, Nora, you don't need to download anything. Just as long as you have Chrome or any browser on your laptop or phone, you can be able to do the work on the browser. If you just if you just go to your browser and type Google Stitch, it's going to come up. As long as you have your Gmail, you can be able to log in. Same thing as Cloud. You can also use ChatGPT if you prefer using ChatGPT. You can also use it. You get? Laura, you na big woman o. This is way they tell me now. Wetin you go tell me? You na big woman. Eh? That one na small challenge for you now. Yeah, comes to freedom of speech is not allowed in some places. Now, see, for this project, we'll just use the free one. There's no point of paying for anything. So we'll just use a free API. I think that's enough. him is going to understand. At least he will understand that we tried. That we don't need to come and start spending money to start paying for API. I think the API, the one we have already. mhm. Let me show. Okay, let me show you. Let me send this. I will send a screenshot to the WhatsApp now to show you the kind of news we are able to fetch using the current API. Using this current API now, using this developer, this one now, that's one we're using. You get, so we are able to fetch few datas. Omo, no, ask am. Maybe like say him no dey aware. He's not aware. That's why. So I've been able to correct so many things on the what's it called again, on our app, and I've also implemented the backend. So the backend is functioning now. The backend is functioning now. I've added the database. I added the Postgres database to the backend. So our data is fetching. We are authenticating users and everything. We are no longer storing users using JSON. We are now sending the users direct to the database direct. No, like you don't need to download it. You can you can sign up with these things on your web browser. Just go to your browser and type ChatGPT or you type Claude. You're going to be able to use them in your browser. You don't need to download anything. So these are most of the data we are fetching from the current API. We are fetching some news from it. Most of them are not coming back with images. I don't know what's their problem. So we are able to. I think I need to re-update the app to get the new updates. They were able to sign in, and it depends. It depends. Me, I use the two of them when I'm doing my research. I use both when I'm doing my research. Do you understand? So it depends on the one you prefer using. Me, I use the two of them. Hey Kelly, how you doing? Welcome. So you're funny, bro. What's with you? Yeah, Stitch is not an app in Gemini. Like Stitch is a product of Google. It's a product of Google. Let me show you. This is Stitch here. This is Stitch now. You can use it for designing and everything. Okay, let me try and do the next screen. I think okay, next screen. For me, I will not say it depends. See, it depends on what you're trying to do. It depends on what you're trying to do. You get me? But the two of them are okay. The two of them are okay. It depends on what you're trying to do. So I'll just paste my prompts and then send. So you can see now that this our this thing our news detail screen now is has been designed. You can see how the design, how sweet the design is looking. Very sweet and wonderful. I don't even need to change much on it. If you learn how to use Stitch, it's going to be a game changer for you in terms of design. At least you will not be spending money on hiring a UI UX designer. You can just design by yourself and develop. You can be a solo developer, do your thing and collect your money from your clients, lock up, and you don't spend much. If you learn how to use Stitch very well, when you get jobs from clients, you don't need to pay UI UX designers. You can design by yourself. That money that you use and pay UI UX designers, you just use and buy or do other things for yourself. Lock up, use Stitch and design it and deliver your work ASAP. You can see the news detail screen, how sweet it's looking. It's just few prompts. I used only one prompt for this. I didn't even use any multiple prompts. So that's how I craft my prompts. I use AIs to generate prompts to use prompt another AI. It is crazy, but it's working for me. It's wonderful. I see the screen is looking wonderful. They even have option of liking and commenting, sharing and bookmarking. Okay, it's like prompting is like giving your AI instructions on what to do. You get what? It's like giving your AI instructions on what to do and how to do it. So you have to be very precise and exact on what you want it to do. Okay, let me see, let's check what Google has told us. What is So prompting, this is the art of encouraging, reminding, or instructing someone. Now, this one is a layman. This one is a general terminology. They say in AI. Say AI prompting. This is the process of giving specific instructions or queries to an AI model like ChatGPT, Copilot, or Claude. So, in a simple term, this is just you now giving the model, the AI, an instruction on how to do something. You understand me? How to do something, how to carry out the task. You have to be precise. Yeah, Nora, you're correct. This is, he said is prompt is like a clear outline instructions given to a machine or system to carry out, or at least think so. Not 100%. You're close to it. You're close to it. That's correct. You're close to it. So he said, must I create account on this Stitch? If you have, you don't need to. If as long as you have a Gmail, as long as you have an email address, a Google Gmail, you can be able to sign into Stitch. You get? So you just go to your browser and type Google Stitch. Then it will sign you in using your email, your Gmail. You get? Kelly, were you the one asking me about how to install Flutter? Were you the one? Yeah, prompting is not something you just you know do. It's something you learn. You get? When you say prompt engineering now is how you craft out your prompt. You have to be more precise. There are key things that must be in your prompt. You get? Okay, we'll shift it to we'll shift this prompting of a thing to the next class. Or in our next, let me just say next section. Let me not say class. We never can. Let me just say next section. Then I can be able to, dive more and dissect it more so that you understand it very well. I think we have spent almost 2 hours here. All of us, we came very late. I said we are going to have this session by 8 p.m. Up until 8:45, I did not see anybody, so which was not good. So next time, let's try and come on time so we can have more time to just have discussions. Yes. So guys, do you have any other question? Anybody have any other question so that we can wrap it up? Let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up here. Maybe we'll continue from we'll continue by tomorrow or next. Depending on how you people respond to the assignment too. Because if I don't see any response regarding to the assignment, I'm not sure we can be able to, be hosting these sections. So it's your as if is it depends on how you respond to the task that will encourage us to have another section. And to always get notified when we're having this session, just subscribe to the channel. Then on the notification bell notification so that you always get notified whenever we're having these sections. Even if you forget, once we start it, you get a reminder. Yeah, Kelly, ask your question. Ask your question. This is how we can round up. It's almost 2 hours we have been here. So ask your questions. Yeah, no, that we are rounding up now. We are rounding up now. Let him ask his last question, then we can round up from there. Kelly, we're waiting for you. Ask your question, then we can round off. Are you there? Are you still with us? Let's round up. So far, so for someone to know, so for someone to know the right prompt to use, he or she must be a developer. No, 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 no. You don't need to be a developer to be able to know the right prompt. It's not only for developing. They don't use prompt only for developing. They use prompt for so many things. Marketing, graphic design. If okay, maybe during one of these sessions now, I will show you people how to use this prompting to design graphic flyers and posters. You get me? So I'll show us how to do it using prompts. So it's not only for developers. You understand? So guys, with that being said, I appreciate all of us for joining this night and contributing to this section. So we'll call it a night here. So good night, guys, and see you guys later. Okay? So guys, I will be ending the live now. We can so let's continue on the chat. Okay? So I'll be ending the live now.